Hello again. Didn't expect to see me, so soon.
Welcome back to the channel, and today you're going to be talking about that lovely story, Mrs. Crumbs. Now, would you like to read a little bit from the story?
Well, it's a long story,
But
and it's in different parts.
Okay.
And I'll put my glasses on, and I'll read the first part, which is Mrs. Crumbs, Christmas Magic, Christmas Eve. Now, I can't look at the camera and read this at the same time because we haven't got a teleprompt. So, it was coming to the end of a busy time in the shop. Christmas was almost here. Mince pies, chocolate milks, and dozens of Christmas cakes had been baked and had been sold.
Oh.
Mr. and Mrs. Crumbs and Betty Butter had been rushed off their feet. Mr. Crumbs didn't even have time to eat a piece of the very special cakes, the cherry cakes that had been made. The cakes had glacé cherries, plump fresh cherries, and because it was Christmas, some cherries had even been soaked in brandy. Yum.
Oh.
So, Mrs. Crumbs and Betty Butter were still serving customers. Amongst them was Mrs. Muzzle. Mrs. Wuzzle, I can't read my handwriting. Mrs. Wuzzle was one of the regular customers. She came in all the time. My goodness, you do look worried, said Mrs. Crumbs. Whatever is the matter? It's the twins, Mrs. Wuzzle said. They've asked for a Pippy Poppy Chases the Doggy game, and because it's so popular, I just can't get one anywhere.
Oh, what's she going to do?
Well, you can only do your best, said Mrs. Crumbs. Betty Butter nodded. Yes, I know that it's late, but you can only keep on trying. And now the next bit I'll leave till later.
Excellent. Now, wasn't that a lovely story? And maybe tomorrow or another time we're going to read the magical story of Mrs. Crumbs, and because it's Christmas time and only magic happens at Christmas, doesn't it?
And the next bit happens at the North Pole.
The North Pole?
And I can't tell you much about it, but it tells you all things, including about Santa when he's happy.
Santa?
When Santa smiles, his bright green eyes sparkle and twinkle.
Oh.
Did you know that when Santa's eyes twinkled, they lit up the whole sky at the North Pole?
Wow.
So, if you ever go to the North Pole and you see bright green lights in the sky, you will know that Santa is smiling.
Wow, and we can't wait to hear the rest of the story, can we, boys and girls? Thank you so much for telling us part of that magical story, because it is magical, isn't it?
It is, and there's a lot of different magic that you've never heard before about Santa. It even surprised me, and I've been around a long while.
Ah, that's a lovely story. And would you like to give a message to all the boys and girls out there?
Yes, I have one message. It's later in the year now, and I've sent my letter to Santa Claus. Susie's sent her letter to Santa Claus at the North Pole, and you've got to send your letter. Don't forget, if you're too late, Santa may never realise what you want, and if he doesn't know what you want, you won't get it. And even if you're on the naughty list, write the letter, because Santa always forgives children, because he loves children everywhere around the world.
Ah, that's a lovely thing. But folks, we will speak to you real soon. From us in the North Pole, maybe, not so much, but from David and me and Mrs. Crumbs and the magic story. We'll be speaking to David really soon. So from me and David,
it's bye-bye from me and my kittens.
meow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.